Hola a todos, ¿cómo estás? Soy muy mal. Sí. Today wasn't the best of days. And that really sucks. Because, and it looks like I don't have a shirt on, but I have on a cami. I have on a cami and I have on pants. So, not naked. Okay, anyway. So I just came home from work. As you can tell, probably by the title. And I just wasn't pleased about today. Just today wasn't really all that great. It wasn't good. And let me tell you why. The tipping today, it was just really bad. And I'm not the type of person to get mad if I only make, say because I'm not even one of those type of waitresses that make bank like that. I'm not. I don't know why. Well, I've just started, so I'm still learning things and whatever, but I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those type of waitresses that make a lot of money. And but that's fine. As long as I make minimum wage, I really don't care. The thing about being a waitress, though, is that the government expects you to make bank no matter where you are. And so at the end of the day, you have to, where I live, you have to claim at least 10% of your sales, regardless of whether people tip you good or not, regardless of, what you actually made in tips. You have to pay 10%. You have to claim 10%. And honestly, I'm just gonna say it. If you are too cheap to tip your waitress at least 10%, or if you just don't have the money to, because I know just some people just only have the money to pay for their dinner and nothing more, then don't go to a restaurant. Don't go to a restaurant where there's waitresses, because honestly, you don't know what kind of day they've had, serving wise. And no matter what, they have to claim 10% of their tips. And even if they don't make that, they still have to claim it. I don't know how all the waitressing system works, but the one in my job, you have to claim it. The computer won't let you clock out unless you claim at least 10% of your tips. So today, I had to claim about $25. And I only made $13. 25 minus 13 isn't a lot, but there have been multiple days where this has happened to me, where I have to claim more than I made. And that starts to add up. And I mean, I'm not saying every day is like that, but some days are like that. And it just really sucks, because if you think about it, if I have to claim more than I made, I have to, in a sense, I'm paying to go to work. Now, I don't know about you, but that don't make no type of sense to me. You're supposed to get paid for your work, not have to pay to go to work, because that money has to come from somewhere. And the government taxes on what you claim on your tips. So, just for all of you out there that think that tipping isn't a big deal, it is. If you're going to a restaurant and you're being served, you're paying for your food and you're paying for your waitress. Now, I can understand if your waitress wasn't a good waitress. Okay, I get that. But if she was decent, at least give her 10%. It's not gonna kill you. Because I'm the type to ask, how is everything? If you tell me it's fine, but there's really something wrong, how am I supposed to fix it? Like, and then you stiff me a tip because something was wrong and you didn't let me know. Like, I don't know if that's ever happened to me, but I feel like that kind of happened to me today because I went up to a lady and during their meal they seemed fine. And by the time I went back over there to pay their bill, they just was like annoyed. And I kept asking what was wrong and they just said, "Oh no, everything's fine, everything's cool." And I'm just like, okay. And they left a really crappy tip. It was just like, but you didn't tell me that anything was wrong. So if everything was fine, like, why did I get a crappy tip? I don't know. It's just really common courtesy, in my opinion. And I never knew before I started waitressing that waitresses made so little. I literally get $3 an hour. And by the time that paycheck comes around, that's gone. That's gone because the government expects for people to give at least a 10% tip. So if you don't do that, then I'm coming out of my pocket. Every time you come to eat, I'm paying to be at work. So, just a PSA. Yeah. It just really sucks. And if you're one of those people that tip $2 on on a $45 tab, wow. Wow. There's something wrong with that picture. Because I got that today. Someone came in, had $45 worth of food, and I got tipped $2. Guess whose pocket that came out of? Mine. Why did you call me? I called you because